Hey guys, welcome to the very first episode of Banter Lab News. My name's Sam Nicholson and today I'll be going through all of the news from the PSX showcase that happened today. But all the links and clips that I talk about today, I will have linked in the description as well as little previews of it up in the top corner here while I talk. So if you guys want to check anything out, like the full-length trailers or maybe some articles about the stuff that I'm talking about, then feel free to give those a click. Boy, it was an interesting conference. It was filled with so many announcements and bombshells that even the most casual Sony fans would have been jumping out of their seats. I stayed up until the showcase finished at about 6:30 AM my time, so if I look a little bit tired, it's probably because I'm goddamn exhausted. And also, you might be thinking that this is a bit of a change of scenery. That's because I'm back in my family's home for Christmas, for the Christmas break, so I'll be back in my usual room soon, but that's enough about me, let's get into the news. So the conference opened with a gameplay demo, an announcement of Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. It's a DLC that will be released also as a standalone game or a part of the Uncharted 4 Season Pass if you've already got one. But the Season Pass is only available for purchase until December 13th, so you don't have too long if you want to get it that way. It's going to focus on a character from Uncharted 2 and 3 who's one of my personal favorites, Chloe. So she's going to be the main protagonist along with one of the villains from Uncharted 4, Nadine. The PlayStation blog said today that the game is going to be about both of them going through India to search for a secret artifact that the military there is after to gain power. So they're after that to prevent the military getting their hands on something dangerous and basically India falling apart. So that's all we really know about that right now. We had a gameplay trailer for it and man, the gameplay looked good in typical Uncharted fashion. Like it had Chloe kicking butt with Nadine towards the end, like a little sort of mini interrogation scene. It looked really cool. And the release window for that is 2017, so keep an eye out for more news on that because it will be coming soon, hopefully. But next up in the conference, what we have was the reveal of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. It was announced with a cinematic trailer and we're going to get a gameplay reveal trailer later tonight in the Capcom Cup. But the best part about this announcement wasn't the announcement itself. It was the crowd's reaction. There was this one guy right here, this guy. Christmas came early for him. I mean, look at him. He's just like freaking out. He's loving it. I don't think he's ever been more happy in his life. So that was really fun to watch. So the cinematic trailer showed the introduction of Infinity Stones to the series for the first time. Like the characters were using them to power up and stuff in the trailer. Like Ryu grabbed the one from Guardians of the Galaxy, turned all purple and started having to go at Iron Man. It's been 5 years since the release of the last Marvel vs. Capcom game, which is also out on PS4 today now, remastered and stuff. Well, not remastered actually, I think it's just a re-release. But that's out today if you want to play it. I definitely recommend it because it is a really good fighting game. Awesome mechanics. It's one of my personal favorites. So the PlayStation blog has said about this game that we're going to get single player modes, missions and training, like your standard fighting game stuff. But for the first time in Marvel vs. Capcom, we're getting an interactive story mode, which they say it's going to have both sides pitted against each other in a fight for power, but also against a common enemy, which is going to be a new villain. So we'll see how that goes. But man, yeah, really excited for this game, guys. I can't wait. So after that, we got announcements of remastered Wipeout collections, as well as a new Destiny event called The Dawning, which is like a Christmas kind of event. Sparrow Racing is back in the game, so that should be a lot of fun. But straight after that, all eyes were on a gameplay trailer for the new Crash Bandicoot Remastered Trilogy, which they've named the N-Sane Trilogy. The game looks absolutely gorgeous. All the textures have been revamped, but the gameplay still looks the same as the PS1 original. That doesn't look changed at all, which I'm a huge fan of because I love the original Crash Bandicoot. I only played half of 2, I don't think I ever touched 3, but the original I was a big fan of. So the collection contains Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot Warped, which are the original 3 games, all developed by Naughty Dog. So I really can't wait for those guys. And we got a release window of 2017 for that one. So that's another 2017 game to keep your eyes out for. We also got news that a final demo for Resident Evil 7 is out today, and the game will be out on January 24th, 2017. So it's coming really soon, and we got a gameplay trailer with that one. And that gameplay trailer was real creepy. Like it had you walking around through doors with like all these weird supernatural things. You're looking for your dead wife who was like come back. I think she's like a ghost or something like that, and there was like all these weird torture scenes and stuff like that, and the game's going to be out on PSVR, and all of it's in first person. You can imagine just how creepy that's going to be, because man, usually horror games I don't find that creepy, but like even just the trailer for this one is definitely giving me the creeps. PSVR would definitely be the best place to play it. I don't have PSVR, but I would get it just for that. So keep your eye out for that. I expect this game to review really well as a horror game. For the first time in Resident Evil, they were going for more of a supernatural thing rather than just the zombies, which would be a really interesting change to see, and probably a needed change as well. Up next was a trailer for Street Fighter V's Akuma joining the game finally. He was my favourite character in 4, and now that he's in 5, well, I'll probably be playing him a lot. I haven't touched Street Fighter V in a very long time, but I'm excited to now to finally play my boy. They also had a hype trailer for the Capcom Cup Finals, which Street Fighter V will be played in, and that will also have the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite gameplay trailer. And now I'd like to take this time to appreciate something very near and dear to all PlayStation fans' hearts. We did it! Knack 2 is finally a thing, and a ton of hardcore PlayStation fans have turned the original PS4 launch title into such a meme, like of epic proportions. Sony's finally decided to lump a ton of money into it and make Knack 2. Like, who would have thought? Knack 2. The original wasn't received well at all by fans, critics, anything like that. I think it sold pretty well because it was a launch title, there wasn't a lot to play. That game just became such a meme, and everyone was joking for years. It's been 3 years since Knack 1, and everyone's just been joking for years, waiting, like saying, oh, we want Knack 2, we want Knack 2, and then Sony's just bought into it, and now we've got the most expensive meme ever, which will be the development of Knack 2. We didn't get a release window or anything like that. They show the introduction of co-op into the series, which might be interesting. But man, I can't believe they've actually done it. We did it. Knack 2 is... it's a thing. I can't believe it. That was probably the biggest surprise for me for the entire PSX, to be completely honest. And after an announcement of a plethora of other games for Vita and PS4, including a new Danganronpa title, the show closed with an absolute bombshell. We got The Last of Us Part 2. No one saw this coming. No one saw this coming as a close to the show, especially since Naughty Dog's last title, like, it came out this year. I mean, who would have thought that they'd announce their next game the year that their first one came out? No one ever does that. But we got a nice little cutscene, like cinematic trailer, and boy, was it amazing. So it opened with just a tree and a forest, and then we got a Fireflies logo, and then once that Fireflies logo came up, everyone just went nuts in the crowd. It was fantastic. Then it became a little darker. It came to a shaking hand, a bloody shaking hand, playing guitar, tuning it a little bit, and then once that person started singing, it came into the face and was revealed to be a much older Ellie. So Ellie's got blood all over her face, stuff like that, and she's singing about how she has to kill her enemies to overcome like her problems and stuff. That makes her no better than the enemies, it makes her in the wrong, she feels. And as she does that, it pans around showing all these people that she's killed in the house that she's in. And then all of a sudden, you see a man start to walk through the door. And as the man, he walks into the room that Ellie's in, you don't get to see his face or anything, but as soon as he speaks, you're like, oh dang, that's Troy Baker's Joel. So you can hear Joel and he's like, what are you gonna do next, Ellie? Sorry for the really bad Troy Baker impression, I'm not good at him at all. I'm not good at impressions to begin with. And she's like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill them all of my enemies. And she says that with like the most serious, like, crazy, I'm gonna kill everyone eyes, and you can just tell like this world has broken her. Like before she was like, you know, the cheery sort of attitude little teenager, and now she looks like she's like, you know, 19 to maybe 20, 23, something like that. Like she's a lot older, and she's just like, I'm gonna kill them all. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna kill them all. And then the trailer pretty much stops from there and just says The Last of Us Part 2. My theory on all that is that she found out that the Fireflies wanted to kill her to get the cure at the end of Last of Us 1. So now she's out for revenge. She wants to kill these Fireflies. The people who brought her up, she's just like, nah, I want you dead. But in the end, we don't really know. Naughty Dog hasn't said anything about it, and I don't expect them to say anything for a very long time. I doubt we're gonna see this game at E3 or anything like that. I mean, it would be super early in development cycle. I'm sure pretty much all have made that's like relatively finished would just be that one cutscene trailer. So don't expect too much for that. We didn't get a release window for it or anything like that, just an announcement that the game exists, but I would expect it to come out sometime 2018, possibly early 2019. Naughty Dog loves to release their games like towards the beginning of the year in the first quarter, so first quarter 2018 is a stretch, most likely first quarter 2019, but keep in tuned here to find out more about it. But man, what a crazy PSX we've had this year after the fairly average one that we had last year. So let me know, what were your favourite moments and what are you most excited to see after PSX and end up playing? Like, what are you most excited to come out? Let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you. And if you like what you've seen here and you want more videos fresh from the Banter Lab, hit the subscribe button. It's free after all, and you get the videos as soon as they're out. I've been Sam, giving you the latest news from PSX, and until next time, au revoir.